Good morning, everybody. Starting out inside today, I've procrastinated. On a note of positivity, which is what I try to share every morning, because sometimes I'm less than enthusiastic about getting out, and I know I'm going to feel good after exercise, but sometimes, especially like this is how it looks outside right now. It's really gray. So this is my little recording space and spare bedroom at my house. And man, I started out this morning. I was having a weird dream. My wife woke me up. She's like, "Let the dog out, and make coffee." So I go to make coffee, and I spilled like a half a pound of coffee grounds all over the floor. That's how I started my morning, which that was okay. God, my eyes just look like I haven't slept. Um, so I spilled the coffee, and I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna let this ruin my morning. And Hank comes back in. Hank is my pit bull. Comes back in the house. I'm like, hey, buddy, it's really early. It was like 6 o'clock. I'm like, let's just hop back in bed and we'll snuggle for like 10 minutes. Hank gets in bed with me and immediately throws up. Um, I'm smiling about it now. I mean, and you know what? It didn't really piss me off or anything. It's just like that's a puppy, you know. But the cool thing was this is my recording space, as I said. I've practically lived in this room since for the last year since COVID has changed all our lives, and it hasn't it's been the upside because being sequestered and quarantined has really forced me to do a lot of work that I had procrastinated on previously and get my focus and my priorities in order. So one cool thing, what I wanted to say was really positive. I had an awful day yesterday, and it was all of my own making because the night before I sat down to do some work. This is my workstation, and I realized that I had, by accident, lost some work and lost a not like a ton of work in the greater scheme of things, but a couple days worth of my efforts. And it was all guitar playing, which I know it sounds like, oh, too bad for you, guitar. But it was a lot of. I'm a perfectionist, and it was parts that I had played over and over and over and over again, and to have lost that stuff, it was a file transfer that went bad. Basically, I didn't necessarily lose the information, but I lost the program template that sorts out and makes sense of that information, if that makes sense. So it was a question of, okay, you lost the project template. Which is the easier thing to do? Do you just start over again? Or try and basically it'd be like putting a jigsaw puzzle of musical files back together again. So I tried doing the jigsaw puzzle thing for a little bit, and I gave up after about 20 minutes because it was like, all right, I literally I know this went in the song somewhere, but I don't know where. So I had to give up, and I'm like, and I was really, really beating myself up. And the rest of the story is having to redo everything over again and trying to find the upside was that I made some parts when I redid the song that I think are way better than the original was. So it worked out, and I'm happy with it. I think I'm going to be proud of it. I ended up playing some keyboard parts that I thought came out really, really cool. I kind of channeled some old Stevie Wonder style clavinet stuff. And what I was going to say about today being positive, after spilling the coffee, after the dog throwing up in bed with me, I got up, and this is really awesome. I love to work in the morning, and my collaborator on this project, I have two collaborators. Actually, I have a producer and a collaborator. My friend Ty Hager wrote this. It's an opera because there's no dialogue, but we're calling it an opry, the Dead Guy Opry. It's a really funny murder mystery musical that I've been working on for the last year, and I'm still working on it. It's a lot of work. And my buddy Chaz Coates Butcher has been playing bass parts on it and singing some stuff on it and offering his production advice. And Chaz likes to work late at night. I like to work early in the morning. And it's awesome when I wake up in the morning and Chaz has sent me, like he did last night, he sent me a really, really awesome fretless bass part. Anyway, so that's why I've delayed this morning, because there's no way I could go for a run knowing that I had that that music that he just sent to me. So I had to go at that first. So that's why I'm procrastinating, and because it's also really, really gray and cold outside. But it's awesome to wake up, despite whether the coffee gets spilled, despite whether the dog pukes in the bed. When you're making music first thing in the morning, and it's something you're excited about, and I'm really happy to be a part of this, and it's going to be a great rest of my day, because the awesome music that my buddy sent me to add to the project just makes me happy, and all we can do is try and carry on that positivity into the rest of my life today. So I hope you can find that little nugget yourself. And man, it's gray outside, but what's the White Snake song? The sun is shining, but it's raining in my heart. Well, how about the other way around? It's raining outside, but it's whatever. Have a great day, everybody.